Hey guys, it's Audrey and Vera from the Permission to Hustle podcast, and we get a lot of questions around the concept of time blocking. Time blocking is something that both Audrey and I utilize to get through our super hectic schedules, and so today we thought we'd offer up 3 secrets to our simple time blocking tips. These are the things that we sort of do day in and day out, and while people can feel really overwhelmed about the concept of time blocking, it's really more, it's more of
it's been a saving grace for us.
It has been a saving grace, and it's simpler to grasp and build into your life than you think.
Absolutely. And, there's different ways that people time block. Vera and I each kind of probably do it differently ourselves. But, the one tip that we really want to kick this off with is you have to figure out the best way to time block for yourself. I know for myself, I time block by the hour throughout the day. I actually will say, from like 9 to 10, I'm going to do emails. From 10 to 11, I'm going to go on social and do some, some live pinning or some Instagram commenting. I kind of give each hour throughout the day a specific task. And I know for my schedule, because I have kids, I need to stop my day usually around 3 o'clock. That's when I really have a hard stop because the kids are coming home. And I think every mom knows that it's really not so easy to be working and stopping, working and stopping. Like you genuinely cannot just stay in the zone. So, if you time block per hour, that's one way to do it. You could time block and do, in the morning, I'm going to work on this. In the afternoon, I'm going to work on this. In the evening, I'm going to work on this. I remember when my kids were little, I had to utilize bedtime. So I really almost couldn't do anything during the day. But at night, I really had to, do the best I could to be able to get as much done. So if you're a new mom and you're really utilizing the nighttime, time blocking would probably be great for you at night because you could probably break it down either by half hour or hour, what you really need to get done. Or another system is time block for the week by the day. Like today I'm going to work on some consulting projects. Tomorrow I'm going to work on my podcast. The next day I'm going to work on my YouTube. I don't work that way. I need to do something of everything all day. I can't just isolate one project per day. And I know Vera, we're very similar in that way. But, you really want to make sure that you're time blocking the best way that you can. Because like we've been there. The reason why I started time blocking was because I was finding myself getting sucked into Facebook and YouTube and Pinterest and Instagram. And all of a sudden I would look up and 3 hours have gone by. And I hadn't great. I gave people views and I gave a lot of people likes and comments, but it didn't do anything for me. So you have to figure out the best way it's going to work for you. But again, for us, it's by the hour.
But I will say there are times in my week where I will time block out a chunk of a morning and say, okay, I'm going to shoot 3 videos that are due this week because my hair is done. And
right.
My house is clean. Or I have to get a lot of Instagram photos. I'm going away next week. I'm going to have a hectic time next week. Let me get ready, shoot 4 photos that I'm going to hold on to for next week. And that's what I'm doing this morning. That's also a form of time blocking. And quite frankly, what Audrey and I are doing today, we're held up in a hotel. We're 4 hours in, scheduling, recording one podcast after the other, working on content for the next 6 weeks of our lives. And this is how we are time blocking our day. We're saying, look, I can't get together with you once a week. We live 3.5 hours apart. So as business partners, what can we do to make this work best? Let's time block a couple of hours out of a Tuesday, and let's get almost 2 months worth of content done together while we're in each other's presence. And then let's check that off our list. So I like it both ways.
Yeah.
I really, and I know you do too. I mean, it just makes the most sense where, as we have 8 kids between us. There's no way I can be camera ready 5 days a week.
Yeah.
That's just an impossibility. So when I time block a photo video day, I got to get as much bulked in as possible, and that means omitting social media, omitting all the fluff that comes with, working online. They are these black holes that you have to avoid. And I feel like that should be a whole different podcast.
Really, and you made a good point, because the point of time blocking is to make your life easier.
Yes.
And to make it more succinct and to make it more organized, and that's a perfect point. If you are camera ready and you have 5 videos you need to get done over the next 2 weeks, why would you not utilize the morning to bang through it and get it done and get it off your list and your plate? Yeah. So, you're right. Whatever does work for you and what you have coming up, do that.
And maybe I won't edit that morning,
but it's shot,
but it's filmed.
Yeah.
I might edit the next morning for 4 hours or whatever, however I decide to split up my week. But I do try to batch order. Mm-hmm. I batch order everything. So our second tip is, stay within your actual time block. And that's really hard.
It's a tough one.
It's hard. It's hard for people who, my mind flutters from point A to point B. I'm working on a project and all of a sudden I have a great idea for another project, and oh my gosh, I forgot to email that person, and did I put enough hashtags on that photo, and whoops, I don't think I put my title correctly on my YouTube video. And that's my brain. It is just bursting off all these different things of what the stuff did I miss, what has to happen next, and I'm just spiraling out of control almost in every sense of the word, because I feel like I have so much to do and I have to all do it before my kids come home from school. Exactly what Audrey said. But when you're time blocking and when you're being conscious of your schedule and when you are trying to be as efficient as possible, you really have to control that beast, and you have to say, no, I am writing from 9 to 11. I am spending time writing content. I am not editing social media. I am not checking emails. I am not engaging with my consumer base online. I am literally writing, and that's the only thing that's happening within this block, and I want no part of anything else that's going on. I don't care what's going on Twitter. It is not my business, and I think that's really hard. I'm not even going to lie. You have to stay within your lane when you're having this time mind frame. But I'm going to tell you this right now. Once you start seeing how much more you can get done, when you are like honed in and like concentrating 110% on one type of piece of work, mm-hmm. you're going to see how much what used to take you 2 days to get done, you're going to be able to get done in an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It really does make a difference. And when we set that up, when we're starting to look at, this is sort of like tip 2B, I would say. When you're setting up your blocks for the whole entire week, Audrey and I know she does this too, we both sort of sit down on a Sunday or on a Saturday and we look at our week and we base it around our personal lives. So if I have a doctor's appointment, if I have to go in for my son's birthday is coming up, so I have to go in and do the whole cupcake and his favorite book and that whole jazz thing on this Friday. And, I know all of these things. So I'm going to work my work schedule around my personal life. And so I sit down on Sunday and I go, okay, here's what's happening in my real life. And how am I going to work around that professionally? And then I schedule out my whole entire week in one sitting. I don't wake up in the morning and go, oh, let me think about what I'm going to do today. No, I wake up in the morning and I take my planner and I know what I'm going to do today because it's already written out for me.
No, which is the best way to do it. You go in every day knowing what to prepare yourself for. And then really kind of piggybacking off exactly what you said too. When you're making your schedule, and Vera always makes fun of me when I say this because I used to forget to eat lunch. And I know you always say, how the hell do you forget to eat lunch?
It's ridiculous.
Isn't your stomach begging for food? But, honestly, the reality is I will be head down working on something and I will look up and it's 1:45. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, I got to finish this before the bus comes in an hour. So as crazy as it sounds, I feel like we've all kind of been there. You like zone into something and you don't even look up to see what time it is.
And I'm like this. It's 9:45. Is it lunch yet?
Right.
I'm the opposite.
Well, I got here today at 11. She wanted to eat lunch. I'm like, can we at least wait till 11:30?
I'm the opposite. I look up and I'm like, is it 1? And it's like 9:47.
No.
And I'm like, oh, we're nowhere near lunch.
No, but, the point being, one thing that I have learned with time blocking is, don't overschedule yourself. Like, be conscious of, listen, you got to get up, you got to take a break. One thing that I've been doing fairly consistently is I'm obsessed with the show Schitt's Creek right now. That's my show. And it's 21 minutes long on Netflix, one episode. So every day for honestly the last 2 or 3 weeks, I grab a quick sandwich, I'll make something at home, and I just sit in front of the TV for 21 minutes and 36 seconds, and that's my lunch. I break it, I know that's what I'm going to do. Now this series is over for me, I'm caught up, I don't know what I'm going to do now, but that was my little quote unquote break. It's important for you to get up and walk away. And I feel like that's something that, now that I've been doing it more and more is okay, I'm going to work in a lunch break. I'm not going to work through lunch. I'm not going to be consumed. I need to take a little bit of a break. That is good. And I know sometimes for us, that is, hey, listen, I'm going to go on Instagram and for 20 minutes or 30 minutes, I'm going to, comment and do some likes and work that into your time blocking. For me, that really a lot of the times is fun. That's mindless work. That really is it's fun for me to go through my stream and to comment and to like. So make sure you're doing that. Give yourself some break time. Do things that you need to get done through your time blocking, but work in stuff. I mean, that really is important too. You don't want to kill yourself where it's just you burn yourself out. And we have both been there. And if there's anything that we can share with you or really truly, can't stress it enough, the most important thing that you can do for yourself many times, and I think why Vera and I both know and respect that when the kids come home, we both know from 3 to 5:30, 3 to 6, we hardly, unless we have to talk, because it's kid time, it's family time. So make sure you are conscious of that and don't overthink it. You know what you got to get done and just get it done. Right. You have 5 days during the week to get stuff done.
Mm-hmm. And we said 3. We really gave them about 7.
We gave you 1 million.
We gave you about 7 tips.
So we hope that helps.
It
was bonus check, bonus check,
bonus. You get an extra tip.
We're Oprah and Ellen.
Exactly. We love doing this, guys. We hope you're going to join us over at the Permission to Hustle Facebook group. There are thousands of women and men inside that group.
We have some men
We have 4 men. We have a few men. I didn't want to leave them out. Thousands of individuals. How's that?
Majority women.
I know. Thousands of individuals inside the Permission to Hustle group, all growing their businesses, all looking to collaborate, like-minded, trying to learn, trying to grow, and we would love to have you. Mm-hmm. And if you're by your computer right now, we would love a review, a comment, something to let the machines know that you like what we're cooking.
The Google machines.
The Google machines.
The iTunes machines.
Let them know you like what we're cooking. That's all we're trying to say here. If you want to talk to us online, you can find us in the Facebook group or Permission to Hustle on Instagram. Vera Sweeney, Audrey McClellan, no D
at the end.
No D at the end. Too long. Her name is too long. And we'll see you. We have so much more content coming up. We have a full schedule ahead. So we're happy to have you along for the ride.
Thanks, guys.